You know, your computer is an absolute powerhouse. But let's be real, on its own, it's kind of just a box, right? Today, we're going to talk about all that essential gear, the peripherals, that actually bring it to life. Think of it like a team, and we're about to meet the players that make your tech work for you. No, really, think about it for a second. If you just have the computer tower sitting there, it's basically a very expensive, very heavy paperweight. So what's the magic that turns that box of circuits into this incredible portal for all your work, your creativity, and how you connect with everyone? Well, the answer is its team. I'm talking about all those devices you connect to it. Every single one, from the keyboard you're typing on to the printer in the corner, plays a super critical role. So let's get into it and break this team down player by player. Okay, time to open up the playbook and really get to know the roster. Because, understanding what each player does, their position on the field, that's the real key to building a setup that just works. So this table right here, it breaks it all down perfectly. It's kind of like a conversation, right? You've got your input devices, that's your keyboard, your mouse, your webcam. That's how you talk to the computer. Then you've got output devices, like your monitor or your speakers. That's how the computer talks back to you. Make sense, right? Storage, that's pretty self-explanatory. It's the team's memory. Think external hard drives. And finally, you have power devices, like a UPS. These guys are like the defensive line, protecting all your precious data from a sudden power outage. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Some players on the team can do both. They're like these multi-talented all-stars. A touchscreen is the perfect example. It's an output device because you're looking at it, right? But it's also an input device because you're touching it to make things happen. And you see the same thing with those all-in-one printers that can scan a document in and then print something out. Okay, so you've drafted your dream team. You've got your keyboard, your monitor, the whole shebang. But how do you actually get them on the field and ready to play? Well, that's exactly what we're covering next, getting all your gear connected and talking to each other. Usually, getting your stuff connected goes down one of two paths. The one you'll see most of the time is plug and play, and it's exactly what it sounds like. You just plug it in, and your computer magically knows what to do. But sometimes, especially with older or really specialized gear, you've got to take the manual route. That's when you have to install this little piece of software called a driver to get things working. Yeah, plug and play, or P&P as you'll sometimes see it, is really the secret ingredient that makes modern tech feel so effortless. The second you plug something new in, your operating system is like, aha, I know what this is. It finds the right driver and gets everything working for you all in the background. It's designed so you don't even have to think about it. But what about when plug and play, well, doesn't play? Don't worry, no need to panic. The manual way is actually super straightforward. First, you connect the hardware. Then, you just hop on over to the manufacturer's official website, find your specific model, download the right driver, and then run that installer program. It really is just a few extra clicks. Okay, now there's a different kind of player we need to talk about, the network device. A shared office printer is the classic example. See, it doesn't just plug into one person's computer. Instead, it connects right to the network with an Ethernet cable, so everybody in the office can use it. And the way you manage these things is totally different. You do it through a special web page, a web interface, not a direct connection. All right, time for the pro playbook. Let's put everything we've learned together. We're going to run through a few super common situations so you can see how all this stuff actually applies in the real world. Okay, first scenario. You just bought a brand new external hard drive. The box says plug and play. What is the very first thing you should do? You got it. You literally just connect the USB cable. That's it. No hunting for drivers, no messing with settings. The whole beauty of plug and play is that your computer does all the heavy lifting for you. All right, next question. Let's go get to that big shared office printer we mentioned. How does an IT pro usually manage its settings? Exactly right. They manage it through its own web-based interface. You just type the printer's special network address into a web browser and boom, you get a whole control panel just for that printer with all the settings you could ever need. Okay, last one for the playbook. Let's talk about that unsung hero, the UPS, that power player. What's its main job? What's its core mission on the team? It is your data's personal bodyguard. Seriously, the second the power goes out, its built-in battery kicks in instantly. And what that does is buy you precious time to save your work, close your applications, and shut down your computer the right way. It prevents you from losing everything in a sudden outage. And there you have it. That's the team. Your input, output, storage, and power players. They're the ones who make your computer actually do stuff. So now you know the roster, you've got the playbook. The only question left is, what amazing things are you going to create?